In today's video, we are working on this 2026 Honda Ridgeline. Today, we are fixing or solving our maintenance indicator light. So we're sitting in the truck, of course. If you go to maintenance, we have oil life 90, but then we have this B6. What does that B6 means? We go over here into our vehicle settings and go to maintenance. Of course, it talks about the oil life being at 90%. But then it's saying go ahead and do an oil and filter. That is not true. You do more reading on what like the B service is. It's more like a general overview of your car or truck. Look at all your bushings, just brakes, everything that just goes with preventive maintenance. And then 6 is change our all-wheel drive oil, which is what we're going to be doing today. Now this truck only has like 9,800 miles on it. Yeah, 98, 95. I've been doing a lot of preventive maintenance on it. I did the tire rotation. I did its first oil change. We looked at the brakes. I feel confident that our preventive maintenance is good. So once I change the rear differential oil, the all-wheel drive oil, I will be clearing out both B and 6 as far as our maintenance service, and I'll show you how. Here's the parts we're going to be using today. I ordered everything from Amazon. I'll leave the link in the description below, but it's the genuine Honda oil OEM. I think you can get some stuff from like your local parts store, but it was kind of confusing to me, so I left it alone. We're going to be using this to pump the fluid out of the bottle into the differential, and you'll see why. And although I ain't a big believer in one-use crush washers, this is my first brand new vehicle to me, so I decided why not, and I can always use these for other things. So let's crawl under the vehicle and look at what we got. So I had to scooch under the truck because I'm not going to jack it up, but this is our differential like cradle area. So through this little access hole, it will be your fuel port, and I got to scooch over. It's kind of sideways, and this is going to be, I'm trying to look through the camera, our drain. All right, so that's a 3/8 square. So we're going to use our 3/8 ratchet. We got us a bucket, and we're going to allow our differential to drain from there. And it's kind of tough to get into here, but we should have another 3/8. Yeah, sorry, another 3/8 bolt here. I think I'm touching it. Yep, I feel it. So that'll be our fuel, and that's why you have no access to put that bottle sideways to get in there, so we're going to have to pump it out. So all right, let me get my ratchet, break this drain bolt loose, and then I'll probably go ahead and break this one loose while that one's draining. So we're draining. It was kind of tight, just had to position my ratchet correctly. But here's our bolt. It does have a magnetic end as I reach for this. Got a little material on it, but it ain't bad. This is that crush washer that we're going to be replacing. I am 99% sure you could reuse this with no problem. And if it did leak, it wouldn't be a big deal to replace it. But we got our towels here. Let me see if I can get one. We're going to clean off this magnet and set it to the side, and then get our fuel port loosened up. All right, so I got our 3/8 ratchet. I will say this is a little bit long, but for how tight these are, you really need to leverage. We're using what, about a 8-inch maybe extension. You scoot it through this opening here, and then you get it, and then I've already loosened it, and you're just gonna pop it loose. I kind of had to use this way and then push it up, which you got to be very careful not to hit anything. And then you can reach behind here and take this out with your fingers and drop it, and there you go. And here's our other crush washer. So take this off, I'm gonna clean this, and we're gonna get set up to put fluid back in it. And first we gotta reinstall our drain plug, which I want the torque specs for that, and we're gonna torque it with a torque wrench and move on to the next step. So figured while I set up, let me show you all these crush washers. So here's the old one for the bigger plug. And this is fill, this is drain, because the drain will always have a magnet on it, or a lot of times you prefer one. So we're going to take our Amazon kit, and hopefully the right size is in it. So we're just going to match them up. That one looks pretty close. That's a little big. How about this one? A little big. See, way too big. Let's see. Ooh, that one might be a winner. Oh yeah. So we use this one and that one, which I'm trying to see, does it line up? Yeah, it looks like the bigger one's a 20 by 26 by 1.5. Oh, it ain't lining up, I don't think. Or maybe the other one's an 18 by 24, 1.5. They look pretty good. All right, let's move these out of the way so we don't accidentally reuse them or something. Let's get our torque wrench. So we have our torque wrench. It is set to 35 foot-pounds. We'll be torquing both our fill and drain to 35. So we're going to grab our drain, and we're going to get under here and clean that surface and try to get any of this residual oil that's dripping, and thread this in by hand. And then we'll probably need a small extension, probably like this, to put on our torque wrench. We'll have to see. I doubt we're going to be able to put the torque wrench on it directly, but I think this is going to be our setup. So I had to use a longer extension, that 8-inch that we talked about before, to clear the pumpkin, I guess you could say. Oh man. So try to do this one-handed. Oh, we're so close. I'm gonna need 2 hands. So this is the extension I was talking about, fairly long one. So this is gonna be your extension you're gonna need for removal and installation. So we got that torqued to 35 foot-pounds. Let's get our little fluid pump here, break it out. We're gonna have to put a straw to get to the bottom of the quart, and let's prepare to fill it. So I chose the shortest straw it had, and you can kind of mimic it. I think it'll bend. It kind of is a little bit long, but I think it will bend over once we thread it on. So let's see. Yep, that worked perfect. Give it a few pumps. You can see it's already pulling. So let's crawl back under the truck and pump it into our differential. It's tight under here, but I was able to kind of crawl my head under the cradle, find it. This thing comes with like this little black locking tab. You don't want to put all the way in because it'll get stuck, but we just put it in just good enough to hold it. And now we can start pumping and pump all this in there. And I'm going to pump until it comes out of our differential fill hole. It's around like 1.7, I think, quarts, something like that, but you can't go wrong with just filling it to the fill hole. So I'm going to do this and grab the other quart once off camera. And you probably want to, if you're really worried about making a mess, get your drain pan ready, especially on the second quart, because that's going to be the one where it should come out. So when you start getting bubbles in it, that's when you know you're near the bottom. Just do the best you can, get all of it out. Can lean it over. You know, this is money. Fluid's money. It did take me about 2 minutes, not bad. You know, it's a little annoying, but it gets the job done. All right, so let me grab the other bottle and switch them out. So I just sat them right next to each other, was able to unthread it, and kind of went up in this little pocket here that you can't really see, but it's where your trunk ends. Got it tight. I took the lid from this one and put on the now empty one that has, you know, a little bit, just in case you knock it over. Make sure, oh, yep, it came out reinstall, oh no, we'll need two hands, reinstall your fill hose into your differential, stand up your quart. All right, yep, and then we can start pumping. Boom. All right, on this one we should get the flow out, so you might need your drain pan on this one. So in fact, let me get mine, and watch your eyes. I really should be wearing safety glasses because it could squirt out right towards the end. So let me get in position. So I finished pumping the second quart into the engine, and I did not get any fluid leaking out like I told you would out our fill port. So I wanted to make sure I didn't get any bad information. This is our owner's manual, and you can see rear differential capacity is 1.92 quarts. This is for my 2026 Ridgeline. I was reading, some people were saying, well, you're going to drip some, all this stuff, just put more in it, but I didn't drip any. And then the way that that transfer pump is, you don't leave too much residual in it. And if you think about it, we're putting in a little bit more. So I'm going to leave it alone. This is what Honda specified. I have confidence in that I put in the correct amount according to our owner's manual. So let's go back to the truck and put our fill port back in and torque it to 35 foot-pounds. So we're back. We're going to take our fill port. It's already cleaned with our new crush washer on it. Scooch under here. Of course, you're just going to have to reach under this cradle, find it, and thread it in to the best of your ability. Boom. And then I'll finish that off camera, and then we'll use our torque wrench set at 35 foot-pounds. This one's way easier to get to. Do it single-handed. Boom. That's it. All we have to do is clean up our mess now, and our service is done. We're back in our Ridgeline. Power's on. Go to vehicle settings. Go to maintenance. I thought it was going to go to Apple CarPlay. All right, so then we're going to grab this one. So we'll hit select reset. We're going to go to 6. Reset. All right. And then it allows you to change that one if you wanted to, but we don't need to. And just for fun, let's go over here, and it's just showing A. Hopefully that helps somebody. It was fun. It was easy. Learned something new. Really thought it was going to come out that fill port. I didn't even jacket the vehicle at all. I'm about 230 pounds. So a grown man can squeeze under there type stuff. And yeah, hopefully this helps someone. Please subscribe. If you liked the video, please hit the thumbs up. And leave a comment if this helped you or what I could have done better for any of my production of my videos. Or anything you can add. And on to the next one.